Hey, it's Bob Webster, Keefe Real Estate in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. It is Monday, June 20th. Well, you get to see Casual Bob today. Took a rare day off and played in a charity golf outing today. A friend of mine, Tyson Ray, and his wife Jenny have a charity that they operate called Children's World Impact. And Tyson and his wife have a particular affection for the children of Haiti, and they've just done some amazing things to help the children and the folks in Haiti. He gave a brief chat or talk at the end of our outing today, and I actually recorded it and thought I'd share it with you. So stay tuned. You can find out a little bit more about the charity that Tyson and Jenny do, and if you have any questions, I'll include a link to their website. They're always looking for donations. It's just a fabulous cause. If you've ever thought about wanting to help children in need, I'd encourage you to check it out. Again, it's Bob Webster in Lake Geneva. Hope you're having a great day.
My wife and I actually started doing outreaches publicly, and in October of last year, we did our first food packaging event. We actually, over the last 6 months, have packaged 250,000 meals that we sent down. This is a scientifically proven formula to try and take a malnourished stomach and bring it back to health. It costs 25 cents a meal. We packaged these, and what was interesting about packaging these in October, knowing that they were going to get sent into Haiti and get distributed, when we were down in Haiti 3 months later in January, I was down there and I was trying to figure out what I was really supposed to be doing down there, and I was really concerned about, I come back and, what's the point of doing all this, and what's the impact really have, and do you really know what you're doing is actually making an impact? Do you really know the money you're giving is actually going where it's supposed to go? Well, it was interesting, that morning I was sharing in Haiti that feeling, and I walked past the shipping container, and what I saw in the shipping container was my handwriting on a box that I actually cut out and brought home. And it was the meals we packaged on October 9th. 3 months later, I was able to actually see in a shipping container at an orphanage that I didn't know the shipping container was going to be there. I didn't know I was going to be there. And to think logistically how that all happened just reiterated that, wow, you know what, we can do some things that kind of make a difference down there and actually see that it works. So that's my wife and I with our little box that we found. The need down there is undescribable. A lot of people ask why Haiti, and I think the reason for me is it's the poorest country in our hemisphere, and it only takes 6 hours to get there. It's a two and a half hour, 3 hour flight to Miami. It's another 2.5 hours to Haiti. And what I realized when I was in Haiti the first time is all poverty is not the same. By definition of poverty, if we all lined our economic status up in here, somebody would be poor by definition to the standard that we'd all set based on our demographics just in this room. What's in Haiti that's not a lot, that you don't see in America is poverty, where today people are dying because they don't have food. We don't have that type of poverty, at least not in the mass scale they have down there, which is one of the reasons why we feel we want to make a difference, because it doesn't take a whole lot of money to make a difference. We saw these food lines when we were handing out some of the food that we had packaged. Kids are encouraged to go to school because part of coming to school is you actually get a meal. And what's interesting about the Haitian culture is that by giving the kids a meal and letting them go home as kind of a reward for going to school, you're able to help feed that family without affecting their dignity or making them feel like they're getting a handout. Which is kind of why we're excited about helping build a school down there over this summer. Again, the living situation is a little different than what most of us are used to. And frankly, since the earthquake, believe it or not, they're actually happy to have tarp, because prior to that, they didn't even have that. It was wood and it was grass, and every time it rained, they had to rebuild it. The tarp's only lasting so long that I've been down there since the earthquake. You can start seeing how they're wearing out, holes and wind and what have you. This was a picture in 2009 when we were down there. Again, this is about a year before the earthquake happened, and actually they had more food and more resources before the earthquake, obviously, than after, which you'd think it'd be the other way around. One of the things I was able to see more so firsthand when I was down there in April was two different ways malnourishment affects a child. Because Lovson was sitting here, and Lovson's hair is white, and I asked why his hair is white, because what happens is they either get bloated and they lose the color of their hair, or they become really, really thin that you'd normally associate with being malnourished. Loveson, at this orphanage that we help support, this is his third visit to the orphanage. They try and they nourish him, they send him back home, they don't have resources for him, he ends up back there. The thing about Loveson is if you talk to him long enough, he had the greatest smile. I remember, though, I'll never forget this, he was laying in his little bed, and I was tickling his feet, and I thought, well, I went to go tickle his feet, and I just remember, I'll never forget this, because my kids, they laugh if I tickle their feet. His feet were so sore, he started crying. That's one of the side effects. Again, the body becomes very, very sensitive and very, very fragile. He left an impression on me, to say the least. So did this 2-year-old girl who had just gotten admitted. We weren't able to get her name while we were down there. And my first question to the interpreter was, "Where's her mother?" He said, "She's right there." Mom had it. What they realized is if mom doesn't take care of herself and she dies, the whole family's going to die. And yet they bring this girl in and trying to give her this formula and trying to feed her and trying to bring her back to life. It's something that we're devoted to. The last time I was there, I got handed this little boy, and here, let's take a picture. And this woman kept repeating these words, and I finally got the interpreter to come over. And I'm like, "What is she saying?" And she was all smiling because I picked him up, and I'm like, "What's she saying?" She's like, he goes, "Oh, she's saying, can you take him with you?" And obviously you can't. But I did, in a sense. And what my wife has encouraged us to do is to allow others to participate. Some of you participated by sponsoring holes, some of you participated by different giving from time to time. We actually, on your tables, have an opportunity, if you want, for $200 a month, you can sponsor a child that's food, shelter, clothing, and an education. Or any dollar amount up to that monthly amount, or you can do a one-time gift. Some of you played $150 worth of golf and food today, and if you feel so inclined to make a one-time gift to reimburse that, $2,400 covers a kid for a whole year. $1,200 will at least give a child food and shelter and some clothes maybe. We just wanted to give you an opportunity to give back with one understanding. When this foundation was set up, all the administrative expenses are raised through other donors. So everything we get, and I mean every penny, I mean what the cost of printing these, no one's paying for but the founders. But everything we raise is going. When I say it's going directly into Haiti to make a difference. There's no administrative costs, there's no nibbling, there's no salary, there's no infrastructure. It's just simply an opportunity to make an impact in an area of the world that needs to be impacted. And it needs to be impacted by those of us that are able to make a difference, if you feel so inclined. So I encourage you to take an opportunity if you want to give back. We appreciate doing that. I want to also let you know that we have another one of these over in Geneva National in July 11th. We do one here, we do one over there. July 11th is pretty close, but it's another good event. It's an afternoon event with another dinner. So those brochures are on there if you want to play. Let us know.